Hey, what's up guys? Got an excellent video for you. Wanted to give you my thoughts on a training partner, some of the pros, some of the cons, and what we can do when we're in the gym and we don't have a partner around us. So let's start off by defining the purpose of a partner. The purpose, guys, is to first analyze where we are currently, and then to have our partner help us push beyond those limits, making sure that we hit failure every single set, okay? Understanding that, okay, this is who I am. This is who I want to be. And the only way to get there is to continuously improve, continuously push through my limitations and my barriers. And when my mind fails, when my body fails, my partner's there to hold my back, to help ensure that I go past those limitations. That's the purpose of a partner. A lot of power there, a lot of value in having a partner that can get you to where you want to be. But it's very difficult to find that partner, guys. It's very, very difficult. So how can we go about finding that partner? First, you're going to find that as you go to the gym, and if you go on a consistent basis at, relatively the same time every day, you'll see that there's other individuals going there at the same time nearly every day. And so there you go. There's a group of people. There's a pool of people that you can start to select from. It's okay if you don't know them yet. If you have the confidence and the belief in where you want to be, you'll have no problem approaching them. Saying, I notice you're here every day. Start to have small talk with them when the time's appropriate. Don't do it during the middle of the lift. But when the time's appropriate, you start to approach these people. But don't approach just anyone. Don't just select anyone from that pool of people that's there consistently. Try and align yourself with someone who has similar goals, kind of similar body types. You can tell already. He's kind of muscular, okay, or lean body mass, or someone who you've noticed decrease their body fat, and maybe that aligns with your goals. So make sure that your goals are running parallel with them. And that's a great way to start. Approach those individuals. Say, you're looking great, man. How have you been able to increase the peak of your bicep or increase the size of your calves? How have you been able to drop, it looks like you dropped 10, 15, maybe 20 pounds the last 4 or 5 months. How'd you do it? And you start to create these small conversations outside of the workout. And what you'll find is you're creating a relationship. And then all of a sudden you say, hey, love to get a lift in with you one of these weekends. That'd be great. I'd love to learn kind of what you do, how you set your routine. Obviously works for you. I'd love to pair up with you. That's step one, guys. But step two is, what can you provide for them? Making sure the relationship is a balance of not just take, or give, but a little bit of both. So where you have weaknesses, maybe they have strengths. And where their strengths are, you have weaknesses, vice versa, so you can learn from each other. Okay, maybe his chest is well shaped, and his shoulders and biceps, overall upper body is great mass and definition. But maybe your strengths are in your legs and your core. And so you guys can feed off of each other, okay? Starting to sharpen each other. Now, it's like a metaphor of two dull knives, okay? You take one knife that's dull, another knife that's dull, rub them together, they become sharper. Same principle applies here, where you're only decent alone, but you can become much better, much sharper through the information given to you by another person. And you take two sticks, guys. You grab a stick in the woods, pretty pointless, just a stick. Okay, you take another one, rub them together and cause friction. What happens is the flame combusts. Now you have a result that is only created through both parties. One party or one stick could not create the same result. Therefore, it was useless. But put them together, team them up, create friction. You have flame, a new set of energy. Okay, different result. And it's an example of when 1 + 1 = 3. You see what I'm saying? That's called synergy, where the sum is greater than the individual parts. And the same is true with a healthy, effective partnership. Okay? Not just in the gym, but in life in general. But we'll talk about just the gym here before I go on one of my rants. Okay? So, picking that partner is absolutely crucial. Make sure that person is either aligned with you in terms of, being on the same playing field or a little above. Don't make the mistake of choosing a partner that is not as motivated as you, doesn't have the same drive and belief, the same mentality, same philosophies, same approach to the gym, doesn't have the same goals. If you're trying to add lean muscle, they're trying to lose fat. okay? And they're going about a lackadaisical manner, going on the treadmill, for, 2 hours reading a magazine, but you're in there to lift weights, gain lean muscle mass, don't select that person as your partner. I mean, don't choose him even if he's your friend. You have to let him know it. Man, I got things I got to do today, man. I got places I got to be. I don't want to rely on you and be sucked down your funnel of weakness and mediocrity and normality, all these things, all these people trying to bring you down. Don't make that mistake, regardless of whether or not they're your friend, your family member, your girlfriend. Doesn't matter. If they don't have the same goals, don't lift with them. If they're not on the same level or above, don't lift with them. Kick them out the door. Say, I got things I got to do. I'm going to do it on my own. And I can't waste my time. I only have this 1 hour to devote to my goals, to my dream, to create my vision. And if you're holding me back, then it's just my fault. It's just my fault. So don't make that mistake, guys. Choosing that partner is extremely important. It's going to help accelerate you to your goals. Okay, you can get to your goals alone, but having a partner is going to help get you there quicker. And some of the pros upon that, not only is a partner going to get you there quicker, but they're going to do so by helping you trial and error different techniques, whether it's in the gym or out of the gym in terms of the kitchen, okay? Maybe you're on low carbs and he's on low carbs, but all of a sudden his abs are starting to show, but yours aren't. Well, you can start to try and figure out checks and balance, what's working for you. We're doing the same thing, but clearly there must be something different. What am I doing wrong that you're doing right? And you can start to compare each other's results and actions, helping you get there faster. Whereas if you're alone, maybe you're on a low carb diet and you don't see any results, and then you're like, screw it, I'm going to go back to high carbs. But maybe the answer was low carbs, okay? But maybe you just weren't going into the gym having high enough tempos in between sets. Maybe you're resting for 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, which is too long if you're trying to get cut up. And you didn't know that. But having a partner is going to help ensure that your guys are battling each other through the finish line, okay? It's just like running a race. I guarantee you, if you were to go run a race, let's say a 2-mile race, if you run it and you get there in, 14 minutes, okay? Not a bad time. All right, guys, where was I? Had a little bit of a mishap. Let me fix the camera. We're back. We're okay. Where was I? Okay, metaphor for the importance of a partner, okay? If we're running a race, 2-mile race, you get there in 14 minutes if you're running it alone. Not a bad time. But if you have someone who is an equal pace or maybe a little faster than you, I guarantee you run that race in less time, maybe 12 minutes. Guaranteed. Why? Because you're battling each other, right? You're battling each other. The competition is better than you, and so you're pushing yourself beyond your current limitations. You thought your limitations were 14 minutes. But it wasn't until this partner or this competitor was in your sight and you chased them down and it forced you to go beyond your limitations, making sure that you got there in 12 minutes, shortening the time. Same is true in the gym, guys. Where you thought you could only do 10 reps, maybe you can do 12. Where you thought you can only do 180-pound bench press, maybe you can do 200. The partner is there to help get you beyond your limits. So important. There's so much benefit there, guys. It's so much power, but the challenge is finding that partner that is going to push you on a consistent basis, ensuring that when he says he's going to be there, he's going to be at the gym 5 o'clock, he's there on time, not 5:15, not 5:10, he's there at 5 or 4:55, he's there on time, early, ready to kick ass. Okay, so important. That's one of the downsides of having a partner, is having to rely on someone and their schedule and, their attendance. I hate that. Very few people nowadays can say, I'm going to be there at this time, and they're going to be there. It happens very rarely. So ensure that person is accountable. Hold each other accountable, okay? Very important there, guys. Some more cons in having a partner. So we went through a lot of the benefits there, and as I described, there's a lot there. But let's talk a little bit more about the negatives, some of the cons of having a partner. As I mentioned, the time and attendance. Make sure that individual is always there on time, and you're always there on time, holding each other accountable, saying you're going to be there when you say you're going to be there. That's one thing that you have to ensure is in place, otherwise it's going to crumble. Okay, Secondly, this is probably the hardest thing to control, but you must ensure that your ego is checked in before you go into the gym, both of you, making sure that you're not going there to impress each other. You're not going there to go... You're going there with your goal in mind always, and your goal should always be to get to where you want to be tomorrow, improving yourself physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever it may be in the gym, right? Okay, that's your goal. But it's so easy to get wrapped up in the battle of the small things in the gym, meaning you're willing to sacrifice your form, technique, tempo, some of those things that are so important, so critical to your success in the gym. You're willing to sacrifice those for the impression that you're going to leave upon your partner in terms of putting more weight on the bar, which is unnecessary. If you're only capable of doing X amount of weight on the bar, make sure you're doing that and your partner's there to help you bust out a few extra reps. Or you're putting on 5, 10, 15 pounds extra and he's there to help you. Don't overload to the point where you're going to injure yourself and you're no longer being effective through that workout. Make sense? Do not try and impress him by going in there lifting more weights, because all of a sudden, when you set the tone like that in the beginning, that's going to be the normality throughout the rest of your guys' partnership. And your benefits and your results are going to be dwindled. Very, very little. Do not make sure that doesn't happen, guys. Make sure you're both responsible and mature and focused on your goal and your visions, okay? Really important there. Another downside to having a partner at times is that you can easily get distracted. Very, very easily. And it happens when, several ways, okay? Several ways. One example of this is, you're doing your exercise and then in between, all of a sudden, you get a text and now you're like, hey, did you hear what Andrew said? And you guys start talking and you're losing focus, you're losing intensity. And you guys start to chat, and you're starting to chat in between sets, right? You don't want that to happen, because that's going to bring down the overall performance level of your lift. And you're not going to get the most bang out of your buck. You're putting in the time, but it's not as effective and efficient as it needs to be to go beyond your limits and to grow. So ensure that you are not chatting and talking in between sets, okay? I'm not even going there. Let's go on to the next thing. Another way we get distracted, guys, is, especially the fellas, the lady walks by and you start talking about her, and all of a sudden you're over here doing bicep curls, and the chick's over there, so all of a sudden you're like, you guys go over there, right? And you start doing some curls over there, and you guys are getting distracted by the things around you. Easily get distracted by everything that's going on. You have to stay focused on the task at hand. It's the only way you can get somewhere. Laser focus. Laser focus. Take that magnifying glass, let the sun come down, and burn that mother. That's what you need to do as far as focus in the gym, guys. Have to focus in there. There's too many distractions already. Don't let that partnership become another one. Because it is going to take its toll, and you're going to regret it. You're going to see months fly by. It's going to fly by a lot because you're having fun with your buddy, right? But you're not going to get anywhere, and you're going to look back and wonder why. And I'll tell you why. It's because you got distracted. Stay focused. Laser focus, guys. So make sure you're not getting distracted with that. Those are the pros and cons of having a partner. But what do we do when we don't have a partner? Not everyone's fortunate enough to find that perfect partner, that perfect person that's going to help push them through their limits, right? It doesn't happen often. So what do we do? How do we approach the gym when we don't have a partner? It's okay. We can still get to where we want to be, right? But our partner is our mind, our beliefs, our goals, our vision, our dreams of where we want to be tomorrow. We have a clear understanding of where we are today, who we are today, but we also know exactly who we want to be tomorrow, where we want to be tomorrow, and what it takes to get there. And we're willing to sacrifice and invest all the sweat equity and the effort and the time that's necessary to get there. And so we utilize our belief and this internal drive to get us to where we want to be. So when we need to hit 10 reps, and we're on 8, and we're on 9, and we're on 10, our drive kicks in, our belief overrides everything. The pain that's settling into our body, what overrides that is our belief, our understanding of where we want to be. And so we get 11 and 12 reps. And that's how we get there. We don't need a partner. Our partner is our mind. Our partner is our future self. Our better self in the future. We have who we are right now is okay. But who we are in the future is even better. And so that person's looking back, helping us get there. We want to shake hands. We want to meet each other. And we only get there by applying effort today. Knowing our limitations and breaking them. Going past that. It's the only way we get there. And it all starts up here, guys. All up here. It's not in the chest and the biceps. It's all here. Okay? The mind is the messenger. The body acts. The mind just tells it what to do. Every single time. It's never the other way around. The body never tells the mind that it's done. Never. It all is up here. This is the master of everything in your life. It's no different in the gym. It's no different than when the bar's on you, it's feeling heavy and you just want to give up. No. When you make the decision that you're going to get it up, you'll get it up. Which leads me to my next point. Safety racks, drop sets, dropping the pin, stripping the weight. These are all factors in which we can use to go beyond our limitations, go past failure. Okay, we're doing 245s on the bench press. We drop it down when we hit failure. We do a 45 and a 35. We go to failure. We drop it down, 45 and a 25. Drop it down to a 45, to 25, to bar. That's how we go beyond our limitations. Right? Constantly pushing ourselves to create the demand of growth. Every single time we're in the gym. Every time. Doesn't matter if we're tired, if we're sick, if we've had a long day, or the boss is riding our ass at work. It doesn't matter. It's in the gym where we let it all hang. You know, that's where we put everything out there. 1 hour of the day. 1/24th of the day to apply yourself 100%. To ensure that no matter what else happened that day, that was a good day. Because that's the only thing that we can control is our effort in the gym. Nothing else. There's no third party, external factors. Nothing. It's down to our belief in where we want to be, our mindset. 100% our mindset. When this is right, guys, when this is right, everything else will follow. Every single time. But if this isn't right, if this is clouded, if this is blurry, if your beliefs and your drive, your passions, if that's clouded, guys, your body is going to follow. And so you might see a little bit of results, but then you might drop down. Then you might go a little up and a little down. It's going to be a long, long journey for you. When this is sound, when this is chiseled into perfection, your body will follow every single time. It will never fail you. Nothing else out there can hinder the performance of your mind because you have control of it. No one else. And so, with that, guys, I think it was Buddha. I'm pretty sure it was Buddha who said that the mind that perceives the limitation is the limitation. The mind that perceives the limitation is the limitation.